There's one simple idea that I want to share with you. We all want to learn from people who have more experience than we do, and it's understandable. So when you see people who speak English better than you do, who seem to have mastered the English language all by themselves, you think you can do the same because these people share the books, the YouTube channels, the exercises, everything they know with you. And you think like, oh, I can do the same. If they could do it, I can do it too. There's one detail you need to pay attention to. If you are listening to stories of polyglots, if you're trying to copy the people who are simply passionate about learning another foreign language, and they dedicate all their free time to practicing their grammar, to improving their pronunciation, ask yourself if you can do the same. Can you? If you are passionate about something, you probably do not need an online course to become more passionate about it. If you really, really like something, you go and do that thing. You go and practice that thing. If you're passionate about swimming, you go to a swimming pool and you improve and you meet friends who also love swimming and you start competing. If you're passionate about running, you go and run. You buy the running shoes. You spend hours on the internet selecting the best running shoes for you. You're not looking for an online course to buy the right running shoes, are you? So those people who are naturally passionate about something, they do not need an online course. They will make the time to figure this thing out. But if you do not share this passion, then you need a system. Do not hope that the passion that other people share will come naturally to you. It will not. If you don't have the passion, you need the system. When I say you need a system, a lot of people misunderstand me. People think that a system is a step-by-step instruction that tells you what you need to do in a given day, step by step. Like if I was your nutrition coach, I would probably tell you something like 8 o'clock, breakfast, oats and banana, 11 o'clock, snack, 2 o'clock, lunch, 6 o'clock, dinner. And this is how people understand a system. It's not a system. Moreover, when somebody tells you what to do at a certain hour, does it even matter what other people say you need to do in your life? Does it even matter what other people think you need to be doing with your day? That's not a system. A system is something different. The most important ingredient to any system is time. Mastering any system takes time. And the first thing you want to understand is whether you're ready to invest the time, your time, in mastering a specific system. It's easy to say yes if you understand that you're investing your time in mastering the skill that you need in your everyday life. If you want to learn to eat healthy, and we all eat every day, well, I do, I hope you do too. If I eat every day, I need the skill every single day. Every single day I need to make smart decisions and smart choices relative to what I eat. So it makes sense for me to invest in learning more about healthy eating. If I need English every day because I work in this language, it makes sense to me to invest in this practice. I'm working on my English skills because I work in this language. I sell in this language. I want to write better in my language because I'm building a brand in this language. I work with a lot of native speaking team members. I work with other native speaking coaches. We're going to be doing a program now together, starting on December 5th, by the way. And I understand that it's my decision. I need to continuously improve. That's why I need a system. What a system does is it changes your norm. When you exercise a systematic approach to mastering any skill, you change your norm. For example, the way you speak English today, with all the filler words, with all the grammatical mistakes, with all the pronunciation issues, this is your current norm. This is how you sound today. This is how you build your sentences today. I practice my English because I work in this language. I sell in this language. I have native speaking team members. I work with other native speaking coaches. I need this language to build better relationships. I want to sell my brand better. I want to be able to give better feedback to native speaking students and learners and team members. It's my conscious decision to invest in this practice. What a systematic approach allows you to do is it allows you to change your norm. The way you speak English today, the way you build your sentences today, the number of filler words that you use, your pronunciation issues, this is your current norm. You do it because it's normal for you to do so. When you are spontaneous, this is how you speak. It's normal for you. And if you want to change that norm, you need a system. In order to change your norm, you need time. You need a big desire to change, and you need practice. Systematic practice, or what I call a practice routine. To practice correctly, you need a system, because without a system, you'll be running around doing random stuff, not knowing why you're not improving. You have probably tried that approach already. You have probably been watching YouTube lessons, English lessons. You've been probably watching Netflix. You've been probably listening to podcasts or taking online courses, hoping that one day your English will miraculously improve. A lot of people confuse intensity with consistency. They think that the more they do something, the faster they will improve. But if you do it without a system in place, it will not work. Then there is another type of people who say, I'm just going to continue doing what I'm doing, and I'm going to continue hoping that one day it's going to work. For example, I'm already working with a native speaking teacher, so I'll just keep working with them. I already subscribed to 5 Instagram teachers, so I'll just keep following them, hoping that my English will change and hoping that I'm going to pick up some useful phrases from their posts. I'm already subscribed to Netflix, so I'll just keep watching the English movies and TV shows, hoping that one day I'm going to start seeing the results. It's another strategy that's going to fail you because there is no system in place. What you're ultimately doing is you're maintaining the same norm. In order to change your norm, you need to start doing different things. And it's so difficult. And that's why a system makes it easier. It takes an adult about 1 year to completely rewire the brain and establish a new norm. I'm saying this from experience. I wish I could give you a smaller number. You can achieve new results very fast, like within weeks. 6 months is usually enough to change the way you look, to change the way your body looks. But to maintain that result takes more time. To teach your body to stay in that shape every day of the year takes more time. To learn the correct pronunciation of every American vowel is easy, but to maintain the correct position of your jaw every time you speak spontaneously takes a lot more time. That's why you need a practice routine, so that you teach your brain to maintain the new norm. First establish it, then maintain it. Now let's get practical. How do you change your norm relative to your pronunciation? If people go like, huh? Come again? What do you mean? Can you please repeat that? I didn't quite get what you said. And you go like, I already said it 10 times. Why do they not understand me? What is it that I'm saying wrong? What's wrong with me? If this is your reality, my advice is pay attention to your vowels. Most likely, your vowels are not long enough, and you need to work on the shape of your vowels. It's not the full story. You need vowels, you need stress, you need pauses, you need to understand the thought chunk, and you need to learn more about the rhythm of English, but everything starts with your vowels. There are more vowels in the English language than, let's say, in my first language and probably in yours. And you need to learn to produce them. You need to learn to say them. Here's a simple example. There are only 6 vowels in my first language, which is the Russian language. And There are 14 vowels according to the color vowel system in the English language. So I'm trying to use the 6 sounds that I know, that my mouth knows, to create 14. Can you see the problem? I simply do not know how to position my mouth to create the vowels that I don't even know how to create or how to produce. A lot of people think that listening to more English will help, but it doesn't solve the problem, because you can listen to correct English all day long today. Just, open YouTube and you get instant access to 100% pronunciation. But most people can't repeat what they hear. And there are 2 reasons for that. Reason number 1 is that you can't hear. You can't register the sound that you think you're hearing, but you're not quite hearing it. So you need to develop your ear. And reason number 2 is that you simply do not know how to position your mouth to be able to produce this vowel. And for many people who already have strong English skills, but they speak with a thick accent, or they struggle in conversations where they feel that they're making other people wait because they take time to explain themselves and people ask them to repeat what they have just said again and again. For many such people, the problem is here. If you learn to position your mouth correctly and you use the system to create a new norm, and then you use a practice routine to maintain the new norm every time you speak, the situation will change. It took me about 1.5 years to change the shape of my vowels. I didn't even know that the shape of my vowels was a problem. I used to say something like understand. Instead of understand, I would say example. Instead of example, I would say exercise instead of exercise. I didn't even hear those problems, and I didn't know what was supposed to be happening in my mouth. I was like, okay, everybody understands me and that's fine. But today, when I see my videos from a few years ago, I understand that I was at a certain level, and back then that level was okay for me. Today, my bar is higher. And you know what I learned? I learned that the people that I actually want to connect with, I was invisible to them when my pronunciation was poor, let's say. I was simply invisible to them. I used to say fast, but now I say fast. I used to say been, but it's actually a short have been, not have been, but have been. How have you been? Did you know that?
I understand the temptation. I understand that people think if they do that themselves, they're not going to do it perfect enough. I understand. But the mistake, the danger of getting it translated is...
I hope the video speaks for itself, and I hope the difference is obvious. I hope you also understand now why I said before that I used to be invisible for those people that I wanted to work with, those people that I wanted to collaborate with. I wanted to be a recognized professional, but I simply lacked the skills, and I didn't see that. I said danger instead of danger. It's an A vowel, diphthong, A, danger. I used to say themselves instead of themselves. And I used to say understand instead of, I didn't even open my mouth enough. And today I say understand. Can you hear the difference? And all it took was deliberate practice, systematic work. I don't even believe in this idea that you can get out of your comfort zone. It has become such a cliche, and we've heard it 1,000,000 times from different people, but it doesn't mean anything anymore. And it probably never has meant anything, because you can't get out of your comfort zone. All you can do is you can extend your comfort zone. And the things that used to cause you discomfort, or the things that cause you discomfort today, should start feeling okay. First, they start feeling okay-ish. Like the things that are difficult for you today tomorrow they feel a little bit less difficult. And with systematic practice, they feel less and less difficult. And, a month from today, you go like, I can actually do 10 minutes of the exercise. And last month, I could do only 1 minute. You extended your comfort zone. Now let's get practical. What do you do? And where do you begin if you want to change the shape of your vowels? There are many YouTube videos, there are accent coaches, there are applications that are helpful, but what I find useful in my experience at least is a combination of all these sources. And this is the work that I do for the community members. I curate the content and I select the best pieces for them. I put together a mini course which is titled American Vowels, and it's already available to all the community members. What will you find there? You will find everything. One, the videos that explain the correct position of the mouth. We're not learning from me. I'm not going to explain phonetics to you. We're learning from native speakers. How to position your mouth. So the lessons include the videos that explain the mouth work, the videos from the lessons with our native speaking coach, where the American coach, explains the right position of the mouth, and she gives feedback to people on the most common mistakes that people make. Mnemonic phrases that you can practice for each vowel. And examples of how native speakers pronounce the words that you need to practice, the words with specific vowels. The course comes with feedback. Those people who live in the UK, the community members that live in the UK, guys, I apologize, but right now we are focusing on the American accent, and in December or January next year, I'm going to add more materials to help you improve your pronunciation, because your pronunciation is different. You live in the UK. If you are a community member, find the new course American Vowels on the top left. It's somewhere there. And if you're not a community member, sign up, because we have practice routines for everything. Today I spoke only about pronunciation, and this course is a practice routine. You take each vowel, you do the work, you send your recording, you receive feedback, and with feedback you understand what vowels need more work. Maybe you're already doing great. Maybe you don't have the problems that I used to have. Maybe you say the word understand correctly, but you might have problems with other vowels that you're not even aware of. You need to learn with feedback. And this course is a practice routine. You're supposed to come back to those lessons again and again, because trust me, teaching yourself to maintain that norm is going to take time, and that's okay. I noticed that I wasn't quite confident about this word, so let's learn it together.
Mnemonic.
Mnemonic. Now you try too. Here's where you can find the course, American Vowels. And if you see something like this, and you are a paying member, simply wait. You can either wait to be added, because our community manager will do this today, or you can reach out to our community manager and ask her to add you. If you also need to improve your pronunciation, your accent, maybe you live in an English-speaking country, maybe you sell in English, or you would like to sell or present more in English, maybe you want to influence other people by the way you speak, when you speak English, maybe you want to join my new intensive program that starts on December 5th. You're going to be coached by a professional accent coach from LA who coaches actors in Hollywood. And I'm going to be there to make sure that you learn, and you learn to learn from that person. I'm going to be there to make sure that there is a system in place so that you actually improve your pronunciation in 8 weeks, and you establish the new norm that you will have to maintain in the future. Because if you simply attend the lessons, it can feel like I've attended 10 lessons or dozens of lessons, but I don't really remember what I've done. No, that's not going to happen there. This program is new, and I'm very excited to get started. We have one more seat. Maybe it's yours. I don't know. You're going to put in a lot of hours of practice. It's going to be super intense. And at the same time, It's enough time. 8 weeks is enough time to understand what you need to be doing differently in your mouth. But not only in your mouth, because we're going to work on grammar and speaking skills and how you sell yourself in English, etc., etc. That's going to be enough to understand what you need to be doing differently. And then you're going to get access to the community and the feedback in the community so that you can practice maintaining this new norm, and you're going to practice this new understanding in spontaneous speech. Trust me, you don't get a chance to learn from coaches, American and Canadian coaches every day. Take it.